All right, Melissa Carter, let's grab a quick question out of the box of You Don't Know My Life.
All right. So here's your question, Jen Hobb. Are you ready?
I think so. Ooh, I always get nervous.
Okay. What's the most trouble you ever got into in school?
Oh, I thought first the time I got grounded because I was so mad at my parents for not letting me go out with my friends that I just left. Oh, that was terrible. I got into the most trouble at home with that one, but at school, I actually am pretty proud of this story. I got detention and I think maybe even suspended for a day for fighting with another girl.
At a girl? Yeah.
I know.
Tell me more, but say it slow.
Okay. This was middle school girl fight. And I remember the day like it was yesterday. So at my tiny school that I went to growing up, it was a very small class. And we were outside doing projects. And we were doing some sort of art project on these outside picnic tables. I think it was 6th or 7th grade. And I was there with my friend Stephanie and a bunch of other girlfriends. And then there was a girl in class who was troubled. Now I look back at it, she probably had a tough home life. I think her parents were going through a divorce. She was tougher and she was often the outcast on a lot of different things. And so I think that just made her angry. And there was a lot going on in her life that gave her a bad temper. Well, she decided she got her feelings hurt in some way. Anyway, she started picking on my friend Stephanie. And we were using hot glue to put something together in art class. And she started flicking this hot glue onto Stephanie. And Stephanie was, she ended up becoming this like professional tennis player, but at the time was like a little smaller than everybody else. And so I ended up sticking up for my friend, and Megan was the bully's name. And Megan and I got into this like verbal altercation, and we were like pushing each other around, and I hit her. I got so mad I hit her. And then we both got sent to the principal's office, and we had to say what happened. And so I got in trouble with school, but I never felt like I was in trouble for doing the wrong thing. Does that make sense?
Right.
Like I had to be in trouble because of fighting, but I don't think my parents were mad at me. And I honestly don't think the principal was that mad at me because I was sticking up for a friend of mine.
Yeah. No,
but I remember
I would not have been mad at you.
It was the talk of 7th grade, and all the benefit that came out of it is all the 7th grade boys thought I was awesome. And I got a lot of attention from all of my guy friends that week. They were like, "Oh yeah, man, you tough. You just swung and hit her." And I was like, I think she had just risen up so much anger inside of me, you know? Mm-hmm. And I think it was probably built up over time of her having a lot of temper explosions, bully behavior.
Well, she's the kid in class that irritates everybody.
And like you said, she did a lot for attention, right? And now as an adult, I look back on it and I kind of feel bad for her. I feel bad.
Then you couldn't.
Then I was just like, this girl is mean and mean to everybody and mean to my friend, and I'm sick of it. So
very good. Very nice.
I got in pretty big trouble. That was the most, I think.
Mine is not as heroic. Mine is more pitiful. But so it was, I was a junior in high school. Mm-hmm. And I normally was the good kid, right? I was very easy to raise because I always followed the rules and I hardly ever rebelled. But in high school, I was in the closet and I had already been with a woman.
And a woman or another high school woman?
Another high school woman. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yes. Another teenager.
I was like,
yes.
Well, that sounds a little scandalous.
Yes. So anyway, that's another story. But no, but my first was with a fellow teenager. And
okay, perfect. Good. This is healthy. This is good. This is not like your first wasn't like some creepy teacher or something.
My first crush was a creepy teacher.
Yeah.
So yeah. But thank God that my first experience was with a classmate. So we'd broken up. She'd broken up with me and she moved on to a guy. I mean, I'm the only woman that I know that she's ever been with. And so she moved on with a guy, and that guy, one of that guy's best friends, I think was in love with her too. Okay.
Mm.
And so somehow he wanted us to skip first period to go to a pool hall and play pool. And
And
because
smoke cigarettes.
right, as because she was going, I was going because I was still pining for her, even though she was dating this guy. The guy wasn't in the picture. I don't even know if he went to our high school. So it was her and me and this guy. And there may have been another person, but I don't know who it was. Anyway, we skipped first period, drank beer. I don't know how the hell we got the beer and played pool. And then we went to school. And somehow somebody saw us and told the principal. And so the principal pulled us all in.
Ooh.
And then I got home and I told, and then because our story was that one of us broke down and the other one stopped to help them with their car. And nobody knew that we were coming from a pool hall. They just knew that we were suspiciously coming to school at a later hour. And so when my mother questioned me about it, Melissa, that again, Millie Pete was always like, one of my best friends. And I said to her, I said, you tell me that I'm supposed to be a good Samaritan. I'm supposed to help other people. And now you want me to get in trouble for doing that very thing. You decide who I'm supposed to be. I said to my mother. And she's like, and so I didn't get in trouble. And so I felt so guilty for so long over that incident that I confessed to my mother later. And I said, Mom, I lied to you back when I was 17. And so, and she laughed it off. She's like, well, how dare you? But laughed it off. But the full circle, the funny thing is, I thought of that story recently because there was the guy who was in love with my ex-girlfriend, who didn't know she was my ex-girlfriend. He posted something on Facebook recently and talked about getting in trouble at school for that, and then like tagged me in the post. And so I responded by, I said something funny that we did at the pool hall, and he was shocked I remembered. Like he thought I'd totally forgotten about it. So anyway, but I don't think he still knows. I don't know if half the school still knows that she and I had actually been together. But anyway, so that's the one time I got in trouble at school is because I skipped school to go drink beer at a pool hall to be with my ex-girlfriend. How redneck Tennessee can you get? But that's the truth.
What do you say, honey? Your redneck showing.
Your redneck showing. Yes, I told you that's what I say to Katie Jo sometimes. If it's like, yeah, you redneck showing. So yes. My redneck showed big time that day. And I get the girl and I chased her anyway. I chased after her for too long.
Oh, those are
I didn't get her back.
Pathetic.
Yeah.
When you look back at those, oh.
Well, because I think I was a phase. I truly think I was a phase for her. I was an experiment.
You were an experiment. Yeah.
And I couldn't accept that. Even though I thought in my mind she was my experiment, but I was learning that that was no experiment. That was how my life was going to go. So anyway.
I love it. I love it so much.
I don't even think she claims me now. It's fine. It's fine.
Are you in touch with her? Is she in your Facebook high school group?
We're Facebook friends. Yes, we're Facebook friends. So yeah. Yeah. But she didn't claim me. She didn't claim me.
Might. You never know, Melissa Carter. There may be
doubt it. My first doesn't
wine
claim
night
me. That's
where
fine.
she's hanging out with her girlfriends and
no
they're like
way.
2 bottles in,
way.
and she's
That's
like, you know what I did in high school?
I doubt it, but that's all right. She's still a lovely person.